No idea how to begin tapping using EFT? I'm going to walk you through 4 simple steps to get you started the correct way so you can receive the benefits right away. If you're excited about this, hit that like button so more people can see this video, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified every time I release a new video. And be sure to comment below with your biggest takeaway. Now, I've used EFT tapping since 2014 for my abundance and prosperity goals, but also for emotional eating, cravings, and getting pregnant at age 44. Through EFT tapping, I lost 45 pounds without dieting, excessive exercising, or daily weigh-ins, and kept it off. And after delivering my baby at age 44, mind you, I lost 60 post-pregnancy pounds in about 5 months without going on a diet because of tapping. I also help women kick their cravings and stop emotional eating using EFT tapping, and to help them finally lose those obsessive thoughts around food and lose weight without dieting once and for all. How do you even begin tapping? It's actually quite simple once you know the steps. Get something out to take notes so you'll know exactly how to start this practice in the most efficient and effective way possible. First, let's just go over the tapping points and the sequence of the points. In general, you'll tap with 2 to 3 fingers on specific points in a pattern. You'll tap about 7 to 8 times on a point before moving on to the next. Now here's the sequence. The first point is the karate chop point, and at this point is where you'll do your setup statement, and I'll go over that a little bit later on in the video. Now once you complete the setup statement, you'll begin tapping on a tapping sequence, and you're going to start with the inner eyebrow, and then the outside of your eye, and then under your eye, and then continuing down in the face, you'll tap under your nose, then under your chin, and then continuing down to your collarbone. And then from there, we're going to go under the arm, this spot. Just think of the ribs rather than the armpit, or like where the band of your bra is located. And then you'll finish on the top of your head. And those are the tapping points and the sequence. Now later on in the video, I'll show you a couple of bonus tapping points, but this is a great starting point for you. Now, before tapping on the points, you'll need to get very specific on why you're even tapping. If you recall from my previous video, what is EFT tapping technique? This is the key ingredient of getting this technique to work for you. To do this, identify what you're having trouble with. Is it an emotion, anger, sadness, guilt, anxiety, uncontrollable food cravings? Write down what that is and what you'd like to change or improve about it. Then dive a little deeper on what happened to get you to this emotion. Get specific on what happened, what was said, what was done, how did you behave? I mean, once you have those details, just really close your eyes and get into that moment. Get to those very real and raw emotions. Once you're there, are there any other feelings or emotions that come up for you? Write them down. Now, you don't need to stay in those emotions for very long. Once you've got all of that identified and written down, I want you to rate the intensity of the emotion or that feeling you have on a scale of 0 to 10, with 10 being the most intense. Let's now create your setup statement phrase. This is what will be said as you tap on your karate chop point. This phrase only needs to be said 1 time. There's really no difference if you do it 3 times. And since I like to be the most efficient with my efforts, I prefer that we just keep stating it 1 time and get right into the emotions and the blocks. But if you want to do it 3 times, go for it. Here is the basic setup phrase structure. It'll begin with even though, and then insert whatever the emotion is or whatever happened that you're trying to get the emotional release from. This emotional release can range from, forgiveness, poor decisions, hurt feelings, emotional eating, anger, rage, phobia, post-traumatic stress, financial problems. It's really any emotion you desire to release. As you release emotions, you can also work on being more connected and spiritual as well, and put that into your setup statement. So let's go through a few setup statements just to, make it a little more clear. So, even though I'm extremely angry and hurt that my ex cheated on me and told me through a text, or even though I can't stop eating and I have this enormous appetite, or even though I try really hard to make money and I can never ever seem to keep it, or even though I snack late at night, every night when I'm not hungry, What else we got? Even though I'm really anxious about stopping this bad habit because I may start a new bad habit. Hopefully you get the picture. I mean, now it's just really time to finish the setup phrase. So there's another part to it. At the end, you'll say, I deeply love and completely accept myself. So all together, it would sound something like this. So even though I have all this rage for being abandoned as a kid, I deeply love and completely accept myself. Okay? This setup statement is crucial because it helps diffuse the subconscious mind's resistance to changing, which will allow the rest of the tapping to start release the emotions and feelings more easily. Now, are you not really sure about the difference between your conscious and subconscious minds? Watch this video here to get more clear on that. So far we have the negative emotions, the feelings, and the patterns we're looking to release, the intensity of our emotions, and our setup phrase. It's now time to get tapping. When we tap on the negative emotion, or I guess the truth as we perceive it, the truth is, you're really angry or you're really hurt, and we're going to work to clear that. We will tap on the negative first in order to clear the resistance, not to affirm the truth. This helps open the doors for positive thoughts. And then now we have that foundation in place, we are ready to tap. Our next step is to do a couple rounds of tapping where you tap through all the points that we learned earlier in this video. So what do I mean by learning a round of tapping? This is simply after you tap on the karate chop point and we start going the inner eye and all the way down through the, back down and top of the head like we talked earlier, you're going to continue going through those points on that current emotion until you feel some sort of relief or release. And this can come from a big sigh, several big yawns or tears you'll notice, or you'll just feel a little bit better than when you started. So let's just do a sample tapping exercise to demonstrate this. You can use the information you wrote down earlier to help come up with the words and phrases for your specific issue to tap on, or just tap along and repeat what I say out loud and mirror what I'm tapping. The topic we're going to do with the example is eating a whole bag of barbecue potato chips at night and feeling bad about it. And I've rated it as a 10. And just so you know, you can also tap on both sides of your face simultaneously, or if you're doing the right side and your arm gets tired, you can do the left side. It's fine. There's really, no wrong to doing that. So we're going to start with the karate chop point. Just repeat after me. So even though I can't stop eating a whole bag of barbecue potato chips late at night, and I feel so angry about it the next day, I deeply love and completely accept myself. Now, tapping through the points. Inner eye. I did it again. I can't help myself. Outer eye. I ate the whole bag of barbecue potato chips late at night. Under the eye. They taste so good and greasy. Under the nose. But then I feel so guilty about it. And the chin. I know it's so unhealthy to eat late at night. Collarbone. I know it's so unhealthy to eat a whole bag of chips. Under the arm. I can't help it. Top of the head. I am weak. I cannot stop. Every time I try, it doesn't work. I can't stop eating. Why bother? I'm probably trying to avoid a feeling or a decision. I just don't know what it could be. I'm so frustrated. I can't control this. I am out of control. And then you're just going to continue tapping with any of the words you've written down. It's okay to repeat words. So for this tapping example, we're just going to pretend we felt our body relax a little, maybe had a big yawn. I mean, that's a good indication to try to check in with yourself and reevaluate the issue. Has the issue stayed the same? Has it shifted some during your tapping? You're going to rate the current intensity again. I mean, did it go down? Did it go up? Did it stay the same? Our goal is really to get to a 2, a 1, or a 0. It's okay if the number went up or didn't move. That just means there's more stuck emotions to continue to release. You may have even triggered a new emotion. This is all just a normal, and it's just part of the process. Also, it's not uncommon that the original emotional issue you were tapping on goes down, but then a different memory or emotion popped up, and you'll need to tap on that for the next round. So go through the steps with the new issue if there is one, or just continue with the initial issue. Like, maybe we were tapping on the barbecue potato chips, but then you remembered a memory of like at a picnic at the park and you got, eating barbecue potato chips and then you got lost and, it was a little traumatic event. So now the barbecue potato chips, there's like an attachment to it. Who knows? But different things can pop up. So you just need to be cognizant of what's going on with that. All right, to start the next round, we're going to start by giving the intensity of your emotions a rating again from 0 to 10. Now we're going to begin again on the karate chop point. You can use the same setup statement or adjust it if something new, a new feeling comes up that you want to incorporate into that. Do what feels right for you. We're going to do another round of tapping until you feel more release from the emotion or feeling. It can take several rounds of tapping to clear what is bothering you. You can even end up more frustrated partway through because you're triggering more hot topics in your subconscious. Just keep pressing through and tapping on those points. You may suddenly start crying when you're not really a crier, or find yourself literally hopping mad and stomping and yelling to let out all your emotions. I've even known clients who knew they were just going to have to yell through their tapping. They chose to relocate to their car to kind of soundproof all their angry words. So you may find yourself using 4-letter words flying out of your mouth, which may not be the normal way you speak, but this is all normal and just really important to the whole tapping process. Just keep tapping until you find that intensity has lessened enough that you can say some positive statements and have them feel completely true, or at least somewhat true. You can also simply tap through the points as you think specifically about what they did, what they said, what happened. As you notice your rating go down, you can start sprinkling in more of those positive statements. Once your rating for the issue is down to like between a 0 and a 2, it's a good indication you've released that energy from your body and you can stop. An example of sprinkling in some positive in the tapping example will be something like this. So, even though I can't stop eating the whole bag of barbecue potato chips late at night, and I feel so angry about it the next day, I deeply love and completely accept myself. I can't stop eating these greasy barbecue potato chips at night. I am out of control. I've been like this for a long time. It's never gonna change. Eating a whole bag of potato chips is so bad for me. I know my subconscious mind is just trying to protect me, helping me avoid my feelings or a big decision. And I honor that part of me, trying to protect me. I know I won't always eat this way. Now that I know the signs, I'm choosing to release and relax all the negativity. I choose a better and healthier choice. And so forth. Another tip really is to test the tapping you've completed and ensure you've cleared out all the negativity towards this to see your issue in your mind as a movie, like in full detail, and just keep tapping through the points. You want to be able to get to a place where you're thinking about the event or the person and it doesn't bring up any heavy emotion or resistance. When using tapping for emotional issues, some issues may be gone in 10 minutes and others longer. You may need to tap on it again the next day to completely get it gone. But you will get there and it's all part of the process. At this point, you can conclude your tapping for the day or start with a new issue. When you start to get more and more comfortable with this process, you'll find yourself releasing your emotions and negative energies more quickly. Now, what is a negative belief you have around food or losing weight? Like, is losing weight hard? It always comes back. It'll never happen. Comment below. Now, we've covered a lot in this video, but I have 3 bonus tapping points for you to consider, and they are located in very important meridians. They used to be part of the original tapping sequence in the 1980s, but kind of fell off over time. The first is under your chest, under your ribs. I don't know if you can see me, but just like right under your bra line. This point is the liver meridian, and it promotes the smooth flow of the liver chi, which benefits the stomach. The next point is on the inside of your wrist, It's the pericardium meridian, I hope I said that right, and it's the protector of the heart and plays roles in most cases with anxiety. And this point focuses on creating a sense of calm and relieving anxiety that impacts the chest and the stomach. And then we have the top of the wrist, which helps support and give a rush of energy back to you. And this is important as the tapping releases so many stuck energies that one can feel tired after all that work. Including these tapping points in your help can help mitigate that tendency. So, ready to get tapping? Go ahead and download my free EFT starter guide. The link is below with step-by-step instructions, tapping charts, scripts, templates, which will jumpstart your tapping experience. Ready to lose weight using EFT? Be sure to check out this next video on weight loss tips for women using EFT. You can find the link below in the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching. See you on the next video.